to episode 7 with us here at Wrexham. Let's just get into the action tonight. Bear with me a moment while the system just loads up for me. Sorry about this. And here we go. We'll just have a quick reminder about the horrible form we were in at the close of play last night. We started off with the poor run started with a disappointing 1-1 draw away at Wealdstone. We did then beat Chesterfield away, but we then lost at home to Aldershot, drew at home to Barnet, and lost away to Aldershot. So, not great. And first up, in a couple of days' time, is a trip to Bromley in the National League. We're absolutely desperate for a win. Bromley are down in 14th place. So it's a game we should be looking to win. But as we saw from the previous games, we're not in good form at the minute. And we're in desperate need of a turnaround in form. Let's see if we can go and make that happen. But, we'll have to have a look at what sort of team we can put out. We need to put out the strongest possible lineup we can, and take it from there, I guess. And we remain top of the league at the moment. Some of the others playing their games in hand as we speak. Welcome into the stream, everyone. How's your evenings going so far? My apologies, I'll just mute the volume on my phone. There we go. That it shouldn't bother us for the rest of the evening. And it's now muted. Right, let's have a look. So we've got the pre-match press conference, and then we'll pick the team for Bromley away. So Aldershot are also competing on either fronts, whereas we're not. Does that offer you an advantage? It does, but it would have been nicer to be competing for more. Omar Shawunmi has been one of Bromley's best players. Where would they be without him? They'd be worse off without him, that's for certain. Anthony Grant's arrival seems to have had a positive impact. Yeah, he's a breath of fresh air. He's a really good bloke to have around. We work hard, that's why we've got one of the best attacking records. Our style suits playing away. And Jimmy Toure we can rely on. I'm not going to comment on the opposition manager. I don't think it would serve any purpose whatsoever at this stage. And basically, I don't want to make any silly mistakes at the moment because we're making enough errors without me adding to it. So let's try and turn things around away at Bromley. See if we can build a head of steam up to clinch promotion. We are top of the league, but we have blown a massive advantage with this poor run that we've been on. So if we can win this one, that would help. Just restore some confidence, if nothing else. So Devonte Redmond is back. Dior Angus is available, but only for 45 minutes. Harry Lennon has failed his fitness test. Okay, so let's have a look at the team. Let's try and put out a strong team. I want Mullin up front, so I'm not playing Wootton today. So Wootton's going to have to be replaced. Angus is only fit for 45 minutes. So we'll play Angus. We've got McAlinden on the bench who can play out there, so that's fine. Toure can play left wing. Yeah, that all looks relatively good. Forner, let's try dropping him back. And then what does that do to the midfield? Yeah, that's fine. We'll play like that. So Dior Angus is lacking match sharpness. We know that. He's only good for 45 minutes. So he'll be a half-time substitution for McAlinden. And fingers crossed we can win this one. Marek Steck in goal. Bryce Hosanna at right back. Centre backs are Tozer and Hayden. Callum Rowe at left back. Tyrese Forner at the base of midfield. James Jones and Anthony Grant ahead of him. Dior Angus and Jimmy Toure are out wide. Paul Mullin up front. And let's go. So I'm going to pump the fists. Tell them with the fans expect to win, don't let them down. Kick off. Bromley with the early possession, but Forner gets an interception in, plays it over the top, but Semple's got it in their back four, gives it to Suwunmi. Suwunmi goes back to the keeper, O'Keefe. O'Keefe launches one, and he's managed to get the flick on, and they've scored from it. Michael Cheek giving Bromley the lead. Not the start we wanted at all. So we're going to demand more, and we're going to go to positive at this stage. I think as a minimum we need to be on positive. And Mullin's having a bad game at the minute, but has actually improved. Jones with the free kick. Toure's header just over. We look like we're dominating the game according to the stats, so we'll demand more, but we're not according to XG. So although we've had more shots on target, they haven't been as good. It's a very, very disappointing first half performance. Angus is definitely coming off at half time. He's been shocking. Not angry, just disappointed. So Angus off. I think we'll go with Jordan Davis. We'll save McAlinden for now. Everybody else looks reasonably okay. We'll demand more. We won't go attacking yet because we're away. But we do need to be looking at what the next change is going to be. Apparently we're in our groove, but we're nowhere close to where we want to be at this stage. Mullin. No, Semple got it, but he's only headed it to Toure. Toure's been brought down, that's a penalty. Seaman could be in big trouble, but he's not. Mullin with the spot kick. Smashes it into the back of the net. It's 1-1. So that's definitely encouraging. So we'll get those arms in the air at this point. And now we need to chase the win. Hosanna, Jones. Hosanna crosses. Toure puts us into the lead. Could we be about to turn it round? Let's watch the replay. Hosanna with the throw in. Jones with the control. Slides Hosanna back in. Cross to the far post. Toure has it back where it came from. And picks out the far corner. Keeper nowhere near it. That leaves us 7 points clear at this stage, which is a little more comfortable. Right, 76 gone. Toure looks like he wants to come off, so McAlinden can come on. And we'll take off Tozer because he's playing the least well. In fact, yeah, we'll take off Tozer and bring on McArdle. Hosanna to Davis, Davis to Forner, Forner to Grant. Grant gets it back, Toure, Grant, Jones, out wide to Hosanna. We're keeping the ball nicely. Toure's in again. He's scored. Is it going to count? It is. 3-1. And I think that is the game won. It's a great cross to the back stick and exactly the same kind of goal. Header across the goalkeeper. And yes, we'll continue with the subs. Only 8 minutes to go. We're 3-1 up. So it's looking like a good start to tonight's stream. Need to keep this run going. Forner gives it back to Hayden. Hayden's given the ball away, which isn't ideal. Castro scored. Kevin Castro. Bromley are back in the game with 7 minutes left. So we'll demand more. We're not switching back. We're going to leave it exactly as it is. And we have seen the game out. So we begin with a win, which is always nice. We'll outstretch the arms. That was good. Probably wouldn't have been as generous as that if we were at home. But away from home we need to be a bit kinder. And what does that do? That leaves us 7 clear, same number of games played, and 11 games to go. So we're almost in a position where it's difficult to throw it away. Jim had a good game. Tyrese Forner, I would absolutely love to have him in the squad permanently. Torquay United parting company with Gary Johnson. Great deal of sympathy for him. As I say, they are another Devon club, but they're not our main rivals. The main rivals for my team, Plymouth Argyle, that would be Exeter City. So I do feel a little bit sorry for Gary Johnson. Right, in 3 days' time we'll be playing Halifax Town at home. So we need to try and keep a run of form going. We've only won one, so we need to get on a run of form to try and see us over the line. That would be closer to the truth. And ordinarily, with only a few days between the games, I would look to make several changes, but given that we need a result, I'll try and keep changes to a minimum and only change anybody who absolutely needs to be changed. So we'll just take our opportunity in a minute to do the pre-match press conference. And what are they suggesting? They're suggesting massive changes. So they're suggesting we change 3 of the back 4, 3 of the midfield 5, and a striker. I'm not doing that. We're not going to make big changes like that. That's ridiculous in this position. So I will keep an eye on his fitness. I'm not beat about our chances of a repeat performance. Are you expecting Harry Lennon back? No, he's not even in training yet, so nope. We need to be patient with him. Paul Mullin, absolutely this is his sort of match. I trust Bryce Hosanna, absolutely. And we're hopefully well set, as long as we get no further complications ahead of the game with Halifax, which is now today. Kyle Wootton's concerned he's not good enough to be a regular player. Maybe I will play, I don't know. He's good enough, but yeah, I'm going to play Wootton today. Where is he? There, Kyle Wootton. I'm going to give Angus a rest, because we've got McAlinden who can play on either wing, and we've also got Davis and Green in an emergency can play left wing as well, so we're well covered for fullbacks and wingers. We've got a centre back on the bench, although he is also our fullback cover. I might take Langton off the bench and put David Jones on there instead. That might be a prudent move. So that's the only change we'll make. So just Wootton for Angus. And let's go and win the match. So it's Marek Steck in goal, Hosanna, Tozer, Hayden and Rowe, the back four. Forner at the base of midfield, James Jones and Anthony Grant in midfield, Mullin on the right, Torre on the left, Kyle Wootton up top. Let's go and win the match. So pump the fists. We're favourites. Make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. Kick the game off. And let's go and try and win the match. Nothing's happening so far. They're on the attack, so we'll demand more. And we'll go to positive already. I'm going to make that a permanent change after this match so that we don't have to keep changing it every game. Oh, Wootton nearly scores. Wasted a good chance there. I think that was a better chance than 0.05 XG, but never mind. Clark's fired across the area. Forner's cleared it off the line. That was closer than I would have liked to a goal. So we desperately need to get on the front foot and attacking. So next chance I get, demand more. So there have been a lot of shots, but nothing on target yet. Wootton gives it to Jones, Jones to Mullin. Mullin out wide to Hosanna. Hosanna down the line, crosses it in. Hosanna gets another go. It's knocked back in and Wootton's finished it for his 14th goal of the season. Putting us 1-0 up on 19 minutes. So we'll watch the replay as Wootton plays the ball out. Hosanna crosses. Back across, Wootton nods in unopposed at the far stick. But apparently there was a shout for offside. He's nowhere near offside. It's not even close. And 23 minutes gone. That's still the only shot on target. So let's hit them with a demand more. We can't afford to be messing about in this game. We need to get it won. The lead currently stands at 10. Skinner in their left back position comes forward, gives it to Vassal. Plays it forward to Gilmore, back to Woods, Payne, out to Gilmore. Gilmore's giving his man the slip, gets his cross in, but it's over the top. We got away with one. So let's demand more. Oh, and there it is, half time. We'll just have a look at the situation. I think point the finger, tell him it's going well, but capable of better. And we might look at one change, possibly, if somebody needs to come off. No, there's so many that are on the verge of going in the red. I think we'll hold off at this stage. And the first 3 to go into the red will be the ones that come off. I don't want to be left with 10 men and holding on against Halifax. So let's demand more. And wait and see if somebody's looking like they need to come off. James Jones. Not yet. He's not in the red yet. He's close to it, but he's not there yet. So we'll hold off. I think somebody needs to get a tackle in on Clark. But Marek Steck, thankfully, has come to the rescue. There's quite a few of them now that are close to the red. So my decision to hold off on the sub may not have been the right one. I don't know yet. It's one of those where if we win the game, it's the right decision. If we don't, it isn't. Mullins made it 2-0 and made the game safe. I think what we'll do is have a look at the defence. Yeah, we'll take off a centre-back. So we'll bring Rory McArdle on at centre-back. Cameron Green at left-back. And then we'll take Toure. No, in fact, we can't take Grant off. We'll take Toure off. In fact, we can. We'll take Grant off for Jones. Grant for David Jones. And that's our final sub. And we're going to hold on and win this one 2-0. Hopefully. We certainly deserve to, looking at the XG, 3.28 to 0.69. Yeah, in the end, relatively comfortable win. So that's 2 wins on the bounce to begin the stream. So well done lads, good win. And first thing I'm going to do is after the post-match press conference is make that change that I said I was going to do and switch the formation to positive. Yeah, we were great, very happy. Kyle Wootton played a complete game. I don't have any worries about him staying. I would love to add him to the squad. I don't really want to discuss that right now. Right, so first things first is the tactics, and change that to positive. I don't think there's any point sitting back at this stage. We need to make winning the league a reality as quickly as possible, and we're playing bottom of the league, Dover Athletic at home next. I haven't checked whether they would still be bottom without the points deduction or not. I'm not going to attend the the meeting. There's no point because I'm not bringing anybody in now until the summer. We can, being in the National League, but we're not going to because we want to prepare for being a Football League club for next season. So there's likely to be quite a few players leaving. So I won't actually know the budget until we decide who's leaving and who's staying, and players have either signed or rejected their contracts. So the final transfer deadline in the National League is next week. So Bryce Hosanna is going to miss the next game. So there will be some changes for Dover anyway. So we'll be freshening things up a little bit. They're expecting us to win easily, which is always dangerous. There's a few games this season where they've said you'll get an easy win, and we've ended up with either a draw or a defeat. I'm confident as long as we stick to the plan. I hope the fans are enjoying it as much as we are. Ventosa, we're very lucky to have him. I love having him. Yep, it's all good. So, Dover Athletic, the next team. I think what we'll do is do a quick pick and then tweak it to come out how we want it. We obviously know that we'll be without right back Bryce Hosanna, so there'll be a new face there at the very least. But, beyond that, I don't know. Wootton wants to talk. I'll try and get Tozer to change his mind for him. Let's see what happens with that. Wootton's happy, that's good. So he's been talked down. I think on the basis of that we have to play him today. So that means that Mullin's going to be shifted out to the right wing again, despite the fact he's our top scorer by miles. So let's quick pick the team. So Hall Johnson's gone in at right back. Harry Lennon isn't fit yet, so Tozer can come in at centre back. Tyrese Forner can go into the base of midfield. So Lennon will be replaced. Oh, Grant's on international duty. That's a shame. Luke Young, but what we'll then do is swap Young and Forner around, because Forner's equally good in both positions. Young is better in the more defensive role. Mullin and Toure as the wingers, Wootton up front. That looks like a solid team to me, so we'll go with that. So we'll confirm the lineup for you in full very, very shortly after the teams have finished their warm-up. And it is Marek Steck in goal, Reece Hall Johnson at right back, Aaron Hayden and Ben Tozer the centre backs, Callum Rowe the left back, Luke Young defensive midfield, James Jones and Tyrese Forney in central midfield, Paul Mullin at right wing, Jimmy Toure at left wing, Kyle Wootton up front. And let's go and beat Dover. So we'll pump the fists, tell them we're on a good run, let's keep it going, and we'll kick off. And yeah, we're on positive, so I did make that change and make it stick. So let's demand more. Jones with the corner, and Jimmy Toure scores the header. 1-0 after 8 minutes. Great start. Fantastic header. 1-0. Need to make that count now and go and get another one. Goodman, Olagunju, Collinge, Arthur in their right back position. Goes back to Collinge, Olagunju. Goes for the long ball over the top, but it's through to the goalkeeper, Marek Steck. Steck keeps hold of it, brings it forward out of his area, launches it long. Wootton can't hold it. That's the only disadvantage of having Kyle Wootton up top. Paul Mullin would have been able to hold that up. He's got a bit more strength about him. It's a penalty and Mullin's going to take it. Has the chance to put us 2-0 up. Last time he blasted the penalty. See what he does with this one. More of a placed penalty this time into the goalkeeper's right. Mullin's left. And we're looking good at the moment. 2-0 up. 13 minutes gone. Certainly not going to take our foot off the gas at this stage. Tyrese Forner with a great cross in. Wootton makes it 3 and it's... Is it going to count though? No, it's been disallowed. Oh, he is offside as well. He's just gone too early. To be fair, I don't think he gets there if he's not offside. I don't think he makes the run in time if he's not offside. Rowe with the throw in, gives it to Forner. Forner turns, gives it to Young, gets it back, gives it to Rowe. Rowe needs to get a shift on here. He's given it down the line to Forner. That looked like it might have been handball, but no. Hayden's got it. He's run it forward. He's had a shot. It's on target, but not really going to threaten a goal from there. I've had 5 shots on target in the first half alone. We're looking much more of a threat since we switched to positive. So I think that tells us that we need to keep it that way for the rest of the season. Certainly what I'm planning to do. Young with the free kick. Curls it into the box. It's headed clear, but Wootton's picked it up. Needs a bit of help. He's got it from Jones. Hall Johnson. Gives it back to Hayden. Hall Johnson. Plays in Wootton. Wootton slides it past the keeper. And this time it is 3-0. And we're looking really good at the moment. So, really pleased with that. Fantastic. 3-0. We do have to bear in mind that Dover are bottom of the league. Next time I get the chance, I'll show you the bottom of the league table, just to show you the position that Dover are actually in. But as the old saying goes, you can only beat what's put in front of you. So Toure smashes it past the keeper. So Hayden with the run forward, slides in Toure. Toure takes one touch, smashes it past the keeper. He gets nowhere near it, and it's turning into a comfortable win at this stage. We've got a free kick right on the edge of the area, but it's charged down. Mullin picks it up, gives it back to Hall Johnson. Hall Johnson looks like he needs some help. Doesn't get it, but it's Rowe picks up the scraps. Can try a cross from the left. And it's gone in off Kyle Wootton. It's another headed goal. We're 5-0 up. It's not even half time yet. Rowe fires it across. Wootton was just too strong. That's more of the sort of goal I associate with Mullin, to be honest. So we'll pump the fists on that one. No, I don't like that response, so we'll outstretch the arms. We're ahead and deserve to be, so we'll go. Encourage the lads. Oh, they're demotivated by that. We'll maybe I should have gone with praise. So we've got a 10-point advantage at the top. I said I was going to show you the bottom of the league. There you go. Dover on 3 points. Bear in mind they have had a points deduction, so they were always going to go down. But I think they would have been relegated without the points deduction. This could be a red card. And it is. Alex Petrovic goes off. James Jones is coming off now. If I can bring somebody on. Bring on Rory McArdle. And move Ben Tozer into midfield. So that's the first change. Toure to Forner, Forner to Toure, Toure. Gregory had it clear. Hayden gives a pass, but the highlight ends. Mullin for Jordan Davis. Okay, we'll do that. Wiley with the free kick. It's cleared. Goodman's got it. Arthur gives it out wide to Wiley again. Dover try again from the right. Forner's got it. Plays it down the line for Wootton. Wootton plays Tozer in. Tozer could slide his man in, but he's had a go and forced the save out of the goalkeeper. Young with the free kick on the edge of the area. Rory McArdle at the back post. Heads in for 6-0. So we've dispatched over every bit as comfortably as we thought we were going to. I'm going to take Toure off and bring on McAlinden. And just as I do that, Kyle Wootton makes it 7. So we'll get those arms in the air again. There we go. Yeah, we'll proceed with that tactical change. Just stoppage time to go. We're 7-0 up. Comfortable win. Nothing much more needs to be said about that really. So we'll outstretch the arms. Excellent win. I don't think there's any other response that doesn't upset them at that point. I think it's absolutely the only response we could have given. And we're now on 87 points. Our lead now is 10 points at the top. So we're getting back to close to where we were before the bad run of form hit. I think that's a reasonable idea. Absolutely delighted. Confident, we believe in ourselves. Confident and focused, that's all I can ask for. Kyle Wootton's hat-trick. It's very pleasing, absolutely. So I think we dropped some praise on Wootton, especially as he was worried about his place in the side. So put an arm around him. That's exactly what he needs to do. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what we want. And so let's just have a quick look at the league table as we're about to head into April. So we'll go to the full table. We've scored 91 times in 35 games. We've lost 4 times this season, 3 of them away from home. Aldershot, the only side to win at the racecourse. And we've conceded 29, which is the joint best in the division. So we've got a miles better attack than anybody, as good a defence as anybody. And that's why we're top of the league. So we've got 7 days until an away game with Weymouth. And not much in the way of business to attend to, because there's no more transfers going to happen. I think what I will do is just check how long Wootton and Mullin have got left on their contracts. Make sure they're both tied down for at least next season. I don't want to go into next season without either of them. So let's just do that a minute. So, Kyle Wootton. Is 2024. Paul Mullin is also 2024. So let's just see who's about to run out of contract. How many players have we got out of contract? At least 15. We've got 15 players out of contract at the end of the season. So that's slightly concerning, but the key ones are not amongst them. Oh, the only other one I need to check is Marek Steck. We don't want to be without our goalkeeper. He's one of the key reasons for our run of form. So let's just see what those inbox messages are. So new intake of youth players, let's have a look at them. Paulo Ukang, he's Filipino, we'll offer him a contract. I think he's a hot prospect. Yeah, we'll give him future prospect, that's fine, we'll give him that. He wants £100 a week. Oh, it's below the minimum, that's fine, 150. And we'll give him 2 years. He's happy with that, that's fine. Top talent. Eddie Hope is potentially 4-star. So we'll just boost his wages to 150 quid as well. Good talents. No, none of those are worth offering contracts to. So just Eddie Hope and Paulo Ukang. Not sure why Paulo Ukang's ended up in our youth intake. Let's see if we can find out something about him. He's Filipino, he's also got Australian and English. Was born in the Philippines and speaks English, so his language skills are fine. But is going to play for Wales apparently. Let's have a look at his history. He hasn't got one. Okay. We'll move on. We'll try and beat Weymouth. But the first thing we need to do is get through the transfer deadline day and avoid losing anybody. I'm not bringing anybody in, but I don't want to lose anybody at this stage. We'll do that in the summer. So, where are we in the table? We're 10 points clear, and Aldershot have now played a game more. So we're looking very, very solid at this stage. Let's just have a look. Expect any business? No. There won't be any. Is there another position? Respond. No comment. There isn't an option for no position, so no comment is the closest I can really get to that. I'd have liked to have said I'm happy with the squad. I'm hoping that's the way the game will take that response. Yeah, he's saying I don't agree with any of the options. That's not actually what I said. So we've got 3 days now until the Weymouth game. Today is in fact it's 2 days now, and it's transfer deadline day. 5 PM. Weymouth make James offer Aaron James. Actually, he's never going to be good enough to make the first team. So I'm going to accept that offer. He's never going to be part of my plan. So, not even if we stay at this level, which is now looking increasingly unlikely. So we'll let him go. Not interested in the Next Gen Awards because we're not going to be signing anybody of that level for quite some time. We'll look at contracts in the summer. Not dealing with that now. So we'll be looking to pick up some Premier League youngsters once they get released. The odd free transfer, that kind of thing. So try and get a mix of youth and experience for the hopefully League 2 campaign to come. Prepared for a tough fixture, but I know my players. Don't want to talk about other managers. Yeah, he looks like he should be fine. I've been impressed with his focus. Callum Rowe, would love for that to happen. Love to keep Callum Rowe on for another season, whether that's on loan or permanently. If we can afford permanent, that would obviously be better. But if we have to settle for another year on loan with him, then so be it. Just having him in the club would be a bonus. Looks like he might be willing to let us have him. To see what the transfer and wage budgets look like for next season once this season is over. I'm guessing we'll get our initial budget as soon as promotion is confirmed. I'm talking as if that's already a done deal. It should be. So Bryce Hosannah returns to the team. Yeah, that looks like a solid lineup. So we'll go with what the assistant manager has decided. And just confirm after the warm-up, the full lineup is Marek Steck in goal. A back four of Bryce Hosannah, Ben Tozer, Aaron Hayden and Callum Rowe. Anthony Grant at the base of midfield, James Jones and Tyrese Fornah ahead of him. Paul Mullin and Jimmy Toure out wide, Kyle Wootton up front. So let's outstretch the arms. And if you carry our last performance into this match, we'll do well. We'll kick this one off. And we'll just give them a few minutes to see how the game shakes out early on. It's relatively even at this stage. James Jones with the corner. Tozer picks up the scraps, gives it to Grant, gives it back to Tozer, Fornah, Grant. It's played over the top for Mullin to chase. It's off the post. We've had a real chance there to go ahead and not taken it. So let's hit them with a demand more at this stage. Not a brilliant idea. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. I thought the keeper had tipped that over, but no, it's hit the bar. So Toure's having a bad game so far. He's looking like a candidate for a half-time substitution. So let's demand more. See if we can get ahead before half-time. It's looking more likely that we'll be behind than ahead at this stage. And that is indeed what's happened. Martel Taylor-Crossdale has gone and scored for Weymouth. I don't know if we'll see from this angle who was at fault. It's Rowe. So the left back has lost his man, and he snuck round the back and headed it in. It's very disappointing to be behind to their only shot on target. Thrash the arms, what was that? Callum Rowe needs to come off if possible, but he can't. Don't know if we've got anybody on the bench who can do it. No, we don't. So it's going to have to be Mullin up top for Wootton. Wootton off for Angus because he's motivated. So we'll just make that one change for now. Demand more. And see if Paul Mullin can pull something out of the fire for us. Toure already looks happier with Mullin up top. Toure gives it to Fornah. Fornah back to Toure. Toure over the top for Mullin. Mullin takes it round the goalkeeper. He's hit the post. He should have dinked it over the goalkeeper instead of going round him. Wrong choice. We look much more dangerous in the second half. Rowe with the throw-in gives it to Grant. Back to Rowe. Hayden runs forward with it, gives it to Grant. Hayden gets it back. Plays it out to Rowe. Rowe to Toure. Toure inside to Fornah. Fornah back to Grant. Grant into James Jones. Jones back to Hayden. Grant, Jones. Angus out wide. Get your cross in. James Jones. Bryce Hosanna. Tries to get the cross in. Can't. Second time of asking, it's a penalty. Touré's gone down. It's a penalty. Angus on the spot kick, but the keeper saved it. Forner, Jones, Grant, Forner, Jones, Grant, Touré, Mullin, gives it wide to Hosanna, Jones, Angus, Forner, Grant. Grant's lost it. McCoyd has played in Taylor Crossdale. But that's a superb sliding tackle. Hayden picks up the bits. We need more than this though. Let's demand more. Boateng. Hayden's up on the ball. Forner, Touré. Touré plays to Mullin. Mullin to Rowe. Rowe to Forner. Forner to the back stick. Angus. And James Jones finishes it for the equaliser. We've got 10 minutes to grab a winner. Marek Steck's had a really disappointing game. I think Touré, if we can get him off, we can. McAlinden. Angus. Jones had an easy task in the end to finish that. We'll hit them with a demand more as soon as we can, if we get the chance to. I think this might be the last attack of the game. Tozer to Jones, Jones to Forner, to Grant, to Rowe. Rowe takes it to the left wing. Goes round his man, finds a deep cross, but it's headed into the arms of Fitzsimmons, the Weymouth goalkeeper. Less than a minute on the clock now. The only thing at this stage is we don't want to lose the game. If you can't lose it, if you can't win it, don't lose it. That's what I meant to say. Martel Taylor Crossdale will think he should have scored from now. I can't say that whether he's right or wrong. Marek Steck with the goal kick. I think this might be it. Angus heads it on, but is that going to be the end of the match? Yes. So we've had to settle for a draw, which we'll point the finger actually. Disappointed we couldn't secure a playoff place here. Slightly underwhelming result, but we didn't lose. And we're 11 points clear and 8 games to go. So not a bad place to be. I was hoping we could hang on till half time. Let's have a look. What did he do? He had 1 key pass, 3 shots on target. I'm very happy with his effort and his application. Finishing can always be worked on, I think that's fair. Interceptions 2, key passes 3. He contributed effectively. Ross Fitzsimmons. Yeah, he's their goalkeeper. Yeah, he was very impressive. He'll bounce back from this. Need to make sure that Mullin is on penalties in future though. So that actually might be the next thing we need to do. So let's do that now. Penalties. Swap. Angus. Wootton can go second. There we go. So hopefully that should not happen again. Got 7 days now until the Eastleigh match. A home game that we should be winning. We're into April. And we've got 8 games to go. So we've got a busy last 2 months of the season. But fingers crossed, it should be a successful outcome at the end. One more win pretty much guarantees a playoff place. In fact, I think one more win and we're mathematically guaranteed a playoff place. We'll just check that, make sure my maths is up to scratch. Oh, there's so many games in hand permutations, I don't think it's possible to check it. 61, 81, 87, so that's 27, and they've only got 7 games to go. So we're already, in fact they've got 9 games to go. 86, so they can't catch us either. Barnet can't catch us. So we're essentially guaranteed a playoff place at this stage. I think that's pretty well guaranteed. It would be a monumental cock-up if we didn't get it from here. So what we need to do is just keep churning out the results and make automatic promotion a reality as quickly as possible. I think realistically, if we don't go up, we are going to finish second. I think that much is fairly certain at this stage. So Grimsby are 16 points behind us with 9 games to play. We've got 8 games to play and need 9 points to guarantee second spot. So yeah, we're as good as guaranteed second, even if we have a horrible run in. Which, as we've won 28 of our 36 games, fingers crossed we don't have a horrible run in. We've got a very, very winnable game next at home to Eastleigh. And then let's have a look at what our actual end of season looks like. Home to Eastleigh, away to Solihull, who are 6th. Home to Altrincham, who are 16th. Away at Woking, who are 13th. Home to Southend, who are 10th. Away to 21st place Boreham Wood. Home to 4th place Stockport. And then away at 20th place Dagenham. So our last home match is arguably the toughest of our run-in. Although, what was I going to say? Solihull Moors away, that arguably is the next toughest. So we've got an easy one followed by a hard one, then some easy games in inverted commas. Oh gosh, we've now got 2 right backs injured, so it might be a bit of a patched up defence for the Eastleigh game. So we're certainly going to be attacking them rather than sitting back. I think we'll stay on positive rather than going attacking, but we'll go attacking if we go behind. And take it from there, really. I think we can safely say we've turned around the rotten form of yesterday at this stage, but we need to make that count by going on to secure promotion, which, all being well, we're going to do tonight. I'm certainly intending to go quite long tonight, so we may even get the whole season finished. And then if we do, I'll do the summer off camera, and I'll just bring you back for the last pre-season game to show you the players we've brought in and our pre-season results. So there's a real determination. Plan is to take the game to the opposition. Jordan Davis, how long is he out for? 8 days to 2 weeks. Sooner rather than later. Yeah, he's the type of personality everyone gravitates towards. Mentality and quality. Tyrese Forner's in his prime, he absolutely is. Hayden's integral to what we do. Kevin Mayer is coming under pressure at Southend. Don't feel it's my place. Don't think that would help. That's the only criteria I have for commenting on another manager, is will it help me? Doesn't matter if it will it or won't it do any harm. Will it help me? If the answer is no, I don't do it. And I think that's served me reasonably well. I'm not going to make too many enemies playing in that way, or playing things that way. So that's the plan. That's how we're going to do it. And let's give a quick pick. Both Hall Johnson and Hosanna are still not fit. Although Hall Johnson can play, Hosanna is still actually injured. Don't know what's wrong with him. Let's have a look. He's got blisters, so I won't risk him because I don't want to hurt him. Hall Johnson. Have we got another right back we can play? Yeah, we could play Hayden at right back and then bring in another centre back instead. Put Tozer in at centre back. Bring Forner into defensive midfield. In fact, we'll do what we did last time. Bring Luke Young in and swap him with Forner. And we'll stick with the same front three. So, Harry Lennon. Let's have a look. No, we're going to play him. And I'll put Brisley on the bench instead of Hall Johnson. So let's do that. Submit the team, and we'll just compare that. We'll just compare the lineups in a minute. Once they're on the screen, here we go. So it's Marek Steck in goal, Aaron Hayden at right back, Tozer and Lennon the centre backs, Callum Rowe at left back, Luke Young at the base of midfield, James Jones and Tyrese Fornett ahead of him, Paul Mullin and Jimmy Toure out wide, Kyle Wootton up front, and let's go. So should we outstretch the arms? Just go out there, relax and play your natural game, the result will come. So we'll drop an encourage on them at the earliest opportunity. Lennon to Tozer. Tozer back to Lennon. Lennon to Forner. Forner to Jones. Jones over the top. Kyle Wootton is in. Scores. It's a great start to the game. Delighted with that. So Jones to Wootton. He's absolutely smashed that across the goalkeeper. 3 minutes gone. It's Wrexham 1, Eastleigh 0. And we're still 11 points clear at the top. So Aldershot are obviously ahead as well. But we could do with trying to get more of a lead. Try and put this game to bed as quickly as possible. Let's demand more. And that's instantly made some of them pleased. But hasn't led to a highlight. So we'll hit them with another demand more. More of them are pleased this time. There isn't anybody I'm looking to take off at half time. Hayden with the throw in, gives it to Mullin. Back to Hayden. Hayden with the cross. Lennon plays it to Toure. Toure back to Forner. Forner has the shot and it's crapped under the goalkeeper. We'll see it from the other angle in a second and see whether the goalkeeper actually is as much at fault as I thought he was. So Toure lays it back. Forner takes a touch. Oh, it's gone through a crowd, to be fair. Keeper hasn't seen it until the last possible moment. Not sure if their manager will share the same charitable view of his own goalkeeper's performance, but everybody looks healthy enough at half time, so we'll outstretch the arms. Doing well, getting shots away, keep going. Everybody's happy. We'll wait for those expressions to change before we hit them with a demand more. Oh, hang on, Rowe is injured. Needs to come off, so that will be Cameron Green to replace him. It's come back off the post. And Marek Steck's picked it up. We've got away with one there. We've made the substitution. Green is on. An hour gone. Hayden on the right wing with the throw in. Into Mullin. Back to Young. Tozer. Who's that out in space on the left? It's Green. He's in acres of space. Young. Plays it to Mullin. Mullin goes to the touchline, gives it to Hayden. Jones, Mullin gives it to the back stick. Toure over the top. Wasted opportunity. Could have scored several goals today, more than the two we've got. Could have had 4 or 5, but ultimately 2-0. It's another win. We'll take that. if it stays the way it is. We're not there yet. We've learnt from bitter experience that you cannot take it for granted. Just wide. We've got a free kick on the edge of the area. It's Luke Young. He's hit the post. Would have been a cracking goal. And he deserves it for his performance. He's been outstanding. Mullin needs to come off. Bring McAlinden on. Toure could do with coming off, but now we don't have the option to take him off. And the game ends in a 2-0 win, which I don't think anybody can argue we didn't deserve. We did. So outstretch the arms. Well done. Good win. And we move on. So that's another game ticked off. Another game won. So we should have our playoff place officially confirmed, even though it was mathematically confirmed already. So let's go to the press conference. Yeah, it was a very complete performance. Tyrese Fornah's goal was a moment of real quality, and he was absolutely inspired. It's an unfortunate part of the game. It could easily be me. Unlikely at the moment, but it's not that long ago we were thinking about not making the automatic promotion. The next game, Solihull Moors away. This is one of our 2 tough matches that we've got coming up. We absolutely would take a draw in this one. I'm going to try to win it, but we absolutely would take a draw. So if we're level with 10-15 minutes to go, I'm certainly not going to be going attacking to try and win it and risking losing it. We'll request the summary. I don't do the staff meetings, as anybody who's been in the stream before will know. So I try not to get involved with those at all. And so Solihull Moors, we're going to put out the strongest team we possibly can. But we do have 1 or 2 players who are in need of a bit of a rest at some point. But this isn't the opportunity to do that. Fornah's no longer concerned, that's useful. So he's happy again. He's been playing well whilst concerned, so I've not been too worried about him. I wanted him for defensive midfield, but obviously that's not what he wants to do. But I just want him playing. I just want him on the pitch, basically. He's been very, very good for us. What are your thoughts? That Wrexham will go on and secure the title. Deserve to be favourites because we're in the strongest position. Just have to keep working hard. Everyone's enjoying coming to work. Don't really want to talk about it. Yeah, he's gives them everything. Jordan Davis. Let's have a look. 4 to 8 days. We'll be patient and cautious with him. Happy to spoil everyone's day. He has my full back in. Mullin is... I'm certainly not picking anybody other than Wrexham to win the league. We've got everything it takes to get over the line first. It's that simple. So we're going to keep going. And as I said, this is one of our toughest remaining fixtures. If we can get something out of this game, I don't think there's any stopping us. I'm not going to say that there isn't any stopping us anyway. If we were to go on a losing run, we're still not there yet. But if we win this one, I'm not sure there's any way that we don't win the division. Everybody in that lineup is fit, so that's what we're going to do. So I agree with him. Teams are just doing their warm-up, and the lineup is Marek Steck in goal, Bryce Hosanna, Aaron Hayden, Harry Lennon and Callum Rowe as the back four. Ben Tozer is captain and base of the midfield. James Jones and Tyrese Forner ahead of him in midfield. Mullin and Toure out wide. Kyle Wootton as the striker. And let's go and win the game. Let's stretch the arms. No, in fact we'll pump the fists. Going well, we're on a good run. Let's keep it going. So that is what we need to do. Solihull Moors will fancy their chances of a playoff position at this stage. They're 7 clear of nearest rivals Chesterfield. Only 3 behind 4th place Yeovil. So they will fancy that they can get involved. Further up the playoff roster. And they'll fancy their chances of holding off Chesterfield. Jones with the cross. Mullin just wide. I think he should score from there, if I'm honest. He doesn't, but Solihull's one danger man is Kyle Hudlin. If he gets a headed chance, we'll point the finger. Don't like what we saw from this team. Send them out. Give them a rollicking. Demand more. Lennon takes it down. Gives it to Rowe. Toure. Lennon. Toure into Rowe. Rowe to Jones. Jones plays in Mullin. Mullin's absolutely smashed that into the top, to the roof of the net. And quite honestly, I've lost count of how many goals Mullin scored. I think it's something like 35. He has regularly played up front, but he's played a fair number of games as the right winger. Every time Wootton's been in the side, he's played as a right winger. Clark, Maycock, Osborne, Maycock, back to Howe. Howe plays it wide. Osborne to Hudlin. Hudlin would want to be on the end of that cross, but a defensive error and Newton's played it in and scored. We'll demand more and then we'll watch the replay and see which of the defenders is actually at fault for this goal. Hudlin takes it wide. It's Rowe. He's miscontrolled it and it's gone straight to Newton. Rowe with the throw in, gives it to Toure, back to Rowe, Forner, to Lennon, Tozer, Rowe, then the line to Toure. Toure takes it inside but gives the ball away. We need a goal. Maycock, Zbara, Newton. We're in very, very real danger of losing this game at this stage. Hudlin with the header. Hudlin's actually gone off. So let's demand more. Forner's having a total nightmare, so Luke Young can replace him. Mullin on the right wing is injured, so Angus can come on. Toure at left wing's having a nightmare, so Cameron Green. And we do have to settle for the 1 point, which is slightly disappointing. We're training tomorrow. You don't deserve a day off. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. We should have won that game, and we said all along we'd take the point. And we're still 11 points clear, but we're now 11 clear of 2 teams. But we've got a home game with Altrincham next. It's a real chance to put down a marker. And win the game. We'll accept the invitation for youth friendly, that's fine. Everton against West Ham in the FA Cup. Not particularly bothered about who wins that. We've long since exited that particular competition. Everton make the final. West Ham fall 1 game short. So let's plug my phone in as it's running low on charge. Just do that 1 moment. There we go. I'm back with you. So we'll attend the press conference. We're going to try and win every match. If we can give him a rest, we will. I don't have a reason to be concerned. What's done is done. Certainly don't want to upset the referee ahead of the game. I don't know if it has an impact within Football Manager. I've not studied that. If anybody wants to speculate on that one in the comments, please do. So the other semi-final in the FA Cup finished Leicester City 0, Manchester City 1. And we now will face a home match with Altrincham, which is only a few miles up the road from me. So it's a relatively local game. But a ground I haven't actually been to. Right, let's quick pick the team. Hosanna is going to get a rest. I'm going to put Hayden in. So Hosanna can sit on the bench. Along with Hall Johnson In fact, we don't need 2 right backs on the bench. I'll put McArdle on the bench instead of Hall Johnson. Why is McAlinden playing there? I'm going to play Toure on the right, McAlinden on the left, Mullin up top, and give Wootton a rest. So Aaron Hayden might struggle to finish the match. Well, if he does, we'll take him off. So first order of business is to try and get ahead. So let's pump the fists. This is a match we should be winning, make sure we do. Give it 10 minutes and then hit them with a demand more, unless we've gone 1-0 up. Grant to Young to Mullin. Mullin's given the ball away, which is unusual for him. Come on, lads. Forner's got it. He's given it to McAlinden. McAlinden needs help. He's got it from Forner. Mullin to Young. Back to Tozer. Toure. Hayden's made the run down the right wing for him. Young back inside to Grant to Forner. Forner's hit a shot. The Altrincham goalkeeper's pushed it around the post for a corner. Green with the in-swinging corner to the back stick. But Mayunga's headed it away. So we'll hit them with a demand more at this point. 10 minutes in, we're not 1-0 up. Young to Mullin, Mullin to McAlinden, McAlinden to Forner, Forner wide to Green, Green back to Forner, McAlinden to Mullin, Mullin to Young, McAlinden gets it, but I thought he'd scored. I was ready to celebrate there. So we'll demand more again, we need more than this. Green with the corner. Lennon heads over. We're creating chances, but we're just not getting them on target. Hampson with the throw in. Gets it back. Plays it down the line. Lennon mops up at the back for Wrexham. Hayden runs it clear. Comes in field to Forner. Forner plays it wide to McAlinden, who tries to outrun his man. Plays it back to Green, inside to Forner. Tozer, Hayden. Mullin was very close to a goal there. A great effort. We'll hit them with a demand more. We do need more than this. Mullin looks like he's given everything, yeah. He's not there yet. I think he's quite ready to give up yet. Toure is at the top of the crossbar. There we go. Pump fists, keep going, we can win it. I think I might need to rejig the forward line. Yeah, Mullin isn't playing that well, so we'll bring Wootton on. Give him a chance. If Wootton can score, then he starts the next game. And that's a promise. Toure wide right. So we bring on Angus. Hayden at right back. We'll bring on Hosanna. Yeah, we are playing some good stuff, but it's not getting us anywhere. We've got an XG of less than 1. We desperately need a win from this game. Hogarth. There's a very, very real danger of us losing it, never mind not winning it. Hogarth launches it long for Altrincham again. Tozer picks up the ball, gives it to Young. Angus has gone round his man. Gives it to Hosanna, who crosses it to the back stick, and that's a penalty. Carl Wootton's on it. 9 minutes from time. Can Wootton secure us 3 points? He can. Fantastic goal. His 19th of the season. Which for someone who was complaining that he wasn't getting enough football and didn't think he was good enough at this level, it's a very good return. So we're not sitting back, we're going to go forward. But we're not going any more attacking than we already are. We're going to encourage at this stage. Forner launches it wide. McAlinden will keep that in. Plays it wide, but can't get it to a Wrexham player. Tozer to Hosanna, back to Tozer. Tozer to Young. Young plays Wootton through. Wootton's going to round the... No, he doesn't round the keeper. He takes it first time. He should be rounding the goalkeeper there and then running towards the goal. It's 1-0. Could have been more, but we'll take the win. So we'll go hands on hips. A win's a win, but we'll have to raise our performance. I think that's exactly the comment I wanted to make. You can't always make exactly the comment you want to, but on this occasion I think they absolutely nailed it. That's exactly what I needed to say. We're 11 points clear, only 5 games to go now. So it was no less than we deserved. Harry Lennon, he's got that in his locker. It's vital. We want a good home record. We've only lost 1 all season. And we need it to stay that way. Do you have a reaction to Phil Parkinson's mission? Yes, I do. I would have expected no less from him. Absolutely. Okay. And let's have a look. We've got 4 days until we face Woking away. So at this point, I won't make many changes to the lineup. If there's anybody in desperate need of a rest, I'll give them one. But if I can put out broadly the same team that we just did, I think that's a relatively sensible course of action. I think I'd like to get Mullin back up front if possible, but that does seem a little bit harsh on Wootton as he's on 20 goals for the season. So we'll have to see. I'll have a look at what the assistant manager is recommending. and then we'll take a decision based on that. And feel free to tell me in the comments what you would do in the same situation. So we're favourites for the game, set for record, team and National League haul. So the record is 105, we're currently on 95. And our record is 98, so we're only one away from equaling from breaking the record for most wins in a season. So we've won 30 of our 39 games. Grimsby have won again. So they're now 10 points behind us, but have played a game more. So we need to keep up the pressure by winning away at Woking, or at least not losing. If we can go there and not lose, keep the unbeaten record going, that would be huge at this stage. So we can technically clinch the title today, but let's just have a look. Can we work out? So Aldershot have 5 games left. So we can only do it if Aldershot don't win. And they are away to Solihull Moors. So if Aldershot don't beat Solihull, we can win the league today. Yeah, I think, unless there's anybody not in the team, David Jones, potentially, for Ben Tozer, I think. Let's do that. But we'll put Ben Tozer on the bench for Hall Johnson. In fact, no, we'll put him on for Rob Lainton. And Angus can come on the bench as well. In place of Hall Johnson. So we've got no fullbacks on the bench, but we've got wide right, wide left, left back. We've got a centre back who can move to right back if Hosanna needs to come off. So I think we've got all bases covered with that bench. So we'll just confirm the lineups once the teams have finished their warm-up. And ours is Marek Steck in goal, the back four of Hosanna, Hayden, Lennon and Rowe, Forner at the base of midfield, James Jones and David Jones in central midfield, Mullin and Torre out wide, Kyle Wotton up front, Tozer, Angus, Young, McAlinden and Green on the bench. And we're doing well and we're on a good run. Kick off. And we're underway. Wrexham in possession, Rowe On the ball, gives it to Toure, to Lennon, back to the goalkeeper, gives it to Hayden. Hayden runs it out of defence, gives it to Mullin. Mullin's going to take it wide. He's crossed it in. He's crashed off the bar. Very, very nearly an early goal. We've started like we want to wrap the title up today. And that's got to be a good sign at this stage. So Aldershot are ahead. Let's demand more. See if we can get a goal ahead of half time. Not so far. It's been a very low key first half, if we're honest, apart from the one that hit the bar. So we'll just send them out and we'll demand more so the fans know that we want something bigger and better. In terms of the ratings, there's not a lot wrong. We're not far off 7s across the board. That's a penalty. I think Mullin's going to be taking it, but it could be Wootton. It's Mullin. He scores his 38th of the season. He's absolutely on fire. He's had a fantastic season for us and is one of the major reasons why we are going to be in the Football League next season. Jones gets another chance to cross it in, but this time he's picked out Hosanna. Toure at the back stick this time, heads it in. And we're trying our best to secure promotion in this match. Jones lays a beautiful ball to Hosanna, who hits to the back stick. Toure just outmuscles his man at the back post. Absolutely brilliant. Paul Mullin for Liam McAlinden. Let's do it. We're 2-0 up. Three minutes to play. Hayden to Hosanna to McAlinden to Forner to McAlinden to Wootton to Jones to Toure. Keeper spills it. And he's mishandled and given away a corner. This is surely going to be the last action of the match. Graham heads it clear. And that is indeed it. We've won 2-0 away at Woking. We'll outstretch the arms. Nice work, that was good. 2-0 win away from home is never going to be a bad result. And I think those achievements mean we've done it. We will, of course, check. We have done it. So we're champions, 98 points. There's 4 games to go. Grimsby can only make 97 now. Dover Athletic have long since been relegated. And were mathematically certain a couple of games ago. They're a massive 26 points adrift of safety with only 4 games to go. And they've won only 3 games all season. They'd only be on 80. They'd be bottom even without their points deduction. So they'd have gone down anyway. And we have got our initial budget, £72,000 a week, and a transfer budget of almost £1 million. Let's see. Committed spending is 39,000. So that's good. We've got plenty of additional wage budget and nearly £1 million to bring players in. So we can add to the wage budget and just bring in largely free transfers and loans. So let's go into the press conference. Yeah, absolutely. Special day. Yeah, there were a few occasions when it looked, if you're going to compete, you have to work under the pressure that comes with it. If we continue doing the right things, we can. Terrific performance. We're going to be aiming high and see where it takes us. I don't see him leaving the club. Winning trophies gives us a platform to build on. Absolutely. So, Club Vision progress, the board are delighted. So we've done it a year ahead of schedule. Can we have a look at the Club Vision? No, not from there. We'll move on anyway. So we're going to just keep going. Our next game is Southend at home. And I think, given the form that we're in, we should be relatively confident that we can do it. Okay, so let's move through the next few days, and then we can have a look at the fitness of the players ahead of the home game against Southend United, who have probably nothing at all to play for. We'll just confirm that. I don't think they will have at this stage. They are 11th. And they've got 3 games to play, so they can only get 70, so nope, they have nothing to play for. So nobody below Halifax has anything to play for now. So the promotion shake-up is pretty close to decided. But we've still got plenty to play for. We've got the conference record to go for. We've already broken the record for club wins in a season. And we'll be looking to try and push that further. I don't see any reason why we can't. So we've got a few players who are looking like they're in need of a rest. Spencer Pryor. Let's have a look at his attributes and see whether he's going to be someone we want to keep around. He's useful as a defensive coach, and he's useful at working with youngsters. He's motivationally quite good. They've offered him the under-18s job. They'll ask him to stay. There we go. I think we've probably lost Spencer Pryor, which is incredibly disappointing. Contract. Change contract offer. Let's see what he's been offered. We've got a space on the coaching staff, so I'll upgrade him to coach. Give him the secondary job of under-18s coach. No, can't do that. Won't let me. And we'll raise his salary to £500 a week. See if he's happy with that. See if he'll sign. Does mean we'll need a new youth coach, but I don't get involved with choosing those, so it'll be somebody else's problem. Rightly or wrongly, I'm focusing solely on the first team and leaving the reserves up to my staff to sort out. Record is 37. Matt Tubbs is the record holder in 2010-11. I think he's retired at this point, now that you've won the title. Hard work begins now. Certainly helps to motivate the players. They're very capable. I'd like to think we can. You're onto something special when they turn up to training smiling. Yeah, clearly very good. Toure, it's his sort of match, absolutely. It's a big game. He can do it. So we'll carry on. And we will try and, well, we will now finish the season tonight. Absolutely, we will finish the season tonight now. I don't think there's any problem with that. Let's see how many games we've got left. 4. Yeah, we'll finish the season. No reason not to. and then following that will be we'll call it a night. So we've accepted that, and that youth friendly. I've not turned one down yet. Let's have a look. How does this team look? Are they fresh? They're all fresh, but we could do with an upgrade on David Jones, to be honest. We'll bring in Anthony Grant. He's an upgrade. We'll just make the one change, proceed to the match. And let's see where it goes. Let's pump the fists. We've been on a good run, and we'll kick it off. I realise I haven't confirmed the lineup, so it's Marek Steck in goal, back four of Hosanna, Hayden, Lennon and Rowe, Forner at the base of midfield, Jones and Grant in central midfield, Mullin and Toure the wingers, Wootton up front. Let's demand more. We've got the chance to burst through the 100-point barrier today if we get a win. So that's the aim for today's match. Wootton to Toure. Toure is going to need some help from here to avoid doing anything silly. He's given it to Grant. That's good. Jones has hit an absolute rocket. What a goal! What an absolutely storming goal that is. Just take a moment to appreciate the quality of that James Jones strike. Yeah, vicious. I think that's exactly the word. As you can see there, we're now on 101 points. And Aldershot move up to second. Barnet have replaced Stockport in the playoffs. Barnet, Yeovil, Notts County. So the only non-former Football League team in the top 7 is Solihull Moors. All of the others are former Football League teams, which just shows you the strength of this division. Stack with the ball. 30 seconds till half time. He's launched it, but Toure can't get on the end of it. Rowe plays it back to Toure. Toure gives it back to Rowe. Grant. Toure. Wootton gives it to Mullin, and Mullin's found the bottom corner. That is a super goal from Mullin. He's done incredibly well there. So we'll pump the fists. Things are going well. Start the second half. Mullin crosses it. Toure to Grant. Shot is just high and just wide. 55 minutes gone. Murphy with a free kick. I think the keeper's pushed that round the post for a corner. He has. So Lennon heads it clear. It's out for a throw-in. We're under a little bit of pressure, but we're 2-1 up. Rowe now on the throw-in. He's got it back. He's crossed it over. It's headed back in, but Wootton can't make it stick. Ferguson could be off. No, it's Grant actually, and it's yellow. My apologies, I misidentified one of my players there. Mullin gives it to Hosanna. Hosanna needs help, he's got it from James Jones. Forner to Hayden. Hayden needs some help, doesn't get it, it's given it away, and Murphy's through. But he's run himself into a cul-de-sac. Mullin tracked right the way back to win that. Mullin has been absolutely superb today. He's our right winger and he was playing at centre back. Not quite sure how that happened, but I'm glad it did. Rhys Murphy has just scored his 27th of the season to give Southend a sniff of a chance, so we're going to have to demand more at this stage. Hayden needs to come off. So we'll bring on Tozer. Jones with the corner. Toure rescues it. Gives it to Wootton, who's launched an absolute howitzer into the corner. And that is surely, at this point, game over. 3-1, less than 20 minutes left. And it's gone across and it's now 3-2. Will Cocolo. 12 minutes remain. Rowe needs to come off if possible. He can for Cameron Green. So that's fine. We've got one more sub available. I'm going to hold on to it just in case we need it. Got 5 added minutes to negotiate. Green's trying to run it clear, but has only succeeded in giving the ball to Nathaniel George. He's blasted it over the crossbar. We've got away with that one. 3, 4, and we're through the 95 minutes. It is full time. We've held on for a 3-2 win at home to Southend. 3 more points on the board. Steck didn't have a very good game. Yeah, I'm going to point the finger and tell them that the second half performance wasn't good enough. First half, no complaints whatsoever. Second half, disappointing. Considering we were 3-1 up with 73 minutes gone and comfortable, we should never have been looking likely to lose that game. We've got 3 more games to go. So what have we got left? Next up is Bournemouth away. That's on Monday. That's only a couple of days away. But ahead of that we've got the press conference. Try asking the fans if we feel we've got nothing to play for. Our focus is on Bournemouth, and that's it. That's all they want to know. So we can move straight on to the next game. It is away to Boreham Wood, who are 17th in the league. So because it's an away game, it's not easy. Pryor's gone to Sunderland, so we've lost him. So we need a new under-18s coach. We'll advertise that one. But it won't be me that appoints. So we'll be waiting to find out who comes in for that one. They're suggesting 6 changes. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that assessment. Might even be worth putting Hayden to right back and bringing in Brisley for the experience. Put Hosanna on the bench instead of Lainton. Submit the team. So that's a total of 7 changes from the previous lineup. And it's Marek Steck in goal. The back four of Hayden, Brisley, Lennon and Rowe. Tozer at the base of midfield, who's also captain. Luke Young and Dan Jarvis in the centre. McAlinden and Davis as the wingers, and Dior Angus up front. So Kyle Wootton is on the bench and will come on if we need him. Stretched arms. Go out there, relax and play your natural game. If need be, I will bring on Wootton for Angus at half time. I've not played Angus up front all season. It's his first outing as anything other than a winger. Be interesting to see how he performs in that role. That's offside, surely. Tyrone Marsh has scored for Boreham Wood. That's a shocker. Shocking start, so we're going to have to demand more. It's the first blow to our season for a while. I don't want to make any changes at this point. Luke Young's having a stinker, so we'll demand more from him. McAlinden to Young. Young gives it to Brisley. Brisley goes long for Davis. Davis hits the post. Doesn't force a save out of the goalkeeper. If he dinks it, I think he scores. That's disappointing. We're the better team again. Angus can go. In fact, we'll have a bit of a shuffle round. Yeah, you don't look like you want to win. So Angus can go swap with McAlinden. McAlinden can swap with Davis. Davis can come off for Kyle Wootton. That's the only change we're going to make at this stage. We'll hit them with a demand more and see if Wootton can't grab himself a goal. At this point, Angus crosses to the back stick and Liam McAlinden heads the equaliser 1-1. Might have to respect the point, but we like to go for the win. So we'll drop some encouragement at this point. Anybody looking like they're struggling? Young with the corner. Wootton has a real chance to score there and doesn't. I think we take Hayden off for Hosanna with 8 minutes to go, and Lennon for Hall Johnson. Which is the sub that the assistant was recommending. Wootton gives it to Young. Young to Angus. Angus. And it's slid in by Kyle Wootton for his 21st of the season. And we've turned it around. We're now leading at Boreham Wood. Which takes us to 104 points for the season. And it's looking like we're going to win the game. And we have. So pleasing with that. That was, well, stretch the arms. Well done. Nice win. And it's very much looking good at this stage. So we'll attend the press conference. Appreciate his honesty. We're always in with a chance. Jacob Barkley Agupong. Not interested. I have to ask him. Starts with hard work. Nothing wrong with a bit of rotation, particularly at this stage. James Rose under at Chesterfield. Don't think it's my place. Don't want to talk about that. To be honest, I'd forgotten he was going. But he's not one of the ones that we need to worry about too much. The decision's already made, he's off, so we'll need a replacement. So we've just got a couple of games left of the season. We'll just confirm the final two fixtures in a moment. Obviously, one of them is at home to Stockport County, who are looking to secure for themselves a playoff position. And then the other game is away to Dagenham and Redbridge. And they are looking to secure survival. Only clear of the bottom three on goal difference at this point. So of course Dagenham might be safe by the time we play them, or we could send them down. Which, that would be a real shock. I think that would be a genuine shock if we were to relegate them. I always think of Dagenham as a League Two National League yo-yo club. To see them drop out of the National League entirely would be very, very surprising. And I think I'm not going to stop it happening. If they haven't secured survival by the time we finish playing Stockport, then I'm certainly not going to be helping them to stay up on the finals day by playing a weekend side or anything. They're exciting. It's not something I need. I'm not willing to discuss it. He's a manager's dream. He's played very well all season. He hasn't always been first choice, but when he's been in the side, he's played very well. So, final home game of the season coming up. Stockport County, who need probably one more win to secure a playoff spot. They can probably do it on the final day if we beat them today. Let's have a look. Actually, it's a straight fight between them and Barnet. And Yeovil. So 2 of those 3 will be in the playoffs. 1 will not. Make 7 changes. Yeah, we'll rotate again. I think I'm going to play Mullin and Toure. Yep, that's fine, we'll do that. So we've brought quite a few players back into the team. And we'll just confirm the lineup for you. It's Marek Steck in goal, the back 4 of Hosanna, Hayden, Lennon and Rowe. Tozer at the base of midfield and captain. James Jones and Tyrese Forner, central midfield. Mullin and Toure wingers. Kyle Wootton up front. But obviously Mullin will give him a fair amount of support. We'll pump the fists. Tell him we've been on a good run. Go out there and impress. And let's see if we can win the game. We'll try our very best to win it. Let's demand more. 25 minutes played. Nothing of note has happened. We've had our first shot on target. Hosanna's not playing well. Hayden to Mullin. Mullin to Hosanna. Hosanna's been fouled there, but he's kept going. Toure with the header over the bar. Demand more. 5 minutes till half time. We certainly don't look like losing the game. And actually, it's Rowe who's Rowe and Tozer have been disappointing in the first half. So let's do that. Let's get Callum Rowe off for Cameron Green. Ben Tozer for Luke Young. And let's go with it. Let's demand more. We've only got 1 sub left. We'll save that for the last 15 minutes. Ideally it'll be Jones to come off, but Hosanna also looks like he's not that interested at this point. So we've hit them with a demand more. Lennon to Green to Forner to Toure to Wootton. Gives it wide to Toure. Toure's keeps going. Passes it to Green to Forner to Young. Young with the ball in. Wootton's managed another goal. Very encouraged by the response of the players. Mullin chested it down for Wootton, and Wootton was cool as a cucumber with that finish. So we only have 1 sub left, so we won't be making one now unless we have to. 15 minutes to go. Nobody looks like they need to come off. so we might just let this one play through. Mullin looks like he wants to come off, so we'll bring on Angus. Okay, he's on for stoppage time. Marek Steck with the goal kick. He's given it away. Crankshaw. But it's cleared. It's hit the crossbar. Oh, I think that was their chance. And it was. It was their only chance. And we've managed to hold on for the win. But it was two sides who were on their holidays, effectively. Yeah, exactly. We weren't at our best, but we got the result. I think that's exactly the right response. And that's it. We'll do the match conference. Yeah, Sam deserves more time. He's a great player. Paul Mullin, we consider selling him to Wimbledon. We're not selling him. It's that simple. He's a Wrexham player and he will remain a Wrexham player. We've got 8 days until the final game of the season. I forgot to check ahead of this whether Dagenham and Redbridge have secured safety or not. Let's have a look. Final check. No, they haven't. They need to match Eastleigh's result to stay up. So we'll know, all along we'll know whether we're going to send Dagenham down or not. I certainly hope we don't, but I'm not going to stop it happening. Make that absolutely clear. I won't be putting out a weakened team. I'll be putting out the strongest possible lineup. And so monthly staff meeting, we'll just request a summary to the inbox as we always do. I think there have been further games, so let's just check on the league table. No, it still remains the case that Dagenham need to match Eastleigh's result. So that's absolutely fine. We'll keep an eye on Eastleigh. So Rob Langton starting on a coaching course. Let's see if I can offer him a contract as a coach. No, I don't think I can. Can't offer him a add clause. No, that's fine. We'll just provide him with a 2-year contract. That's absolutely fine. We'll extend his contract and hopefully we can get him in on a coaching contract next season. Need to try and build a a culture around the club of keeping our senior players once they finish playing. That's certainly something I'm looking to do, given that we're looking to stay long term. Cameron Green is injured. He's out for 6 weeks. His season is over. So that means that we won't have the option of rotating at left back. There is only one other left back in the squad, so he'll have to play the 90 minutes. It is the final game of the season, so it's not as if we have to worry about keeping players fit. So we'll attend the press conference. It's been a great season. Yeah. Don't really want to talk about that. Keeping it to myself. Callum Rowe, he has my full back in. Treat every match on its own merits, basically, and that's exactly what we're going to do this time. We'll look to do that. And so the FA Cup final is won by Everton, which is a bit of a surprise. But now we face our final game of the season. Dagenham and Redbridge away. They start the match outside the relegation zone, but they're only outside it on goal difference, so as you can see, they've got a 3-goal better goal difference than Grimsby. Sorry, than Eastleigh, I should say, not Grimsby. Let's get into the match. Let's quick pick the team, and then we'll just fill any glaring holes. No, I think that's absolutely fine. We'll go with that. In fact, no, we won't. We'll play McAlinden in place of Mullin. But we'll swap him and Toure around, and then we'll put Mullin in for Wootton. Try and get Mullin over the line for goals. Right, final game. We're underway, or will be very shortly. So the team: Marek Steck in goal, Hosanna, Hayden, Lennon and Rowe the back four, Tozer at the base of midfield and captain, James Jones and Tyrese Fornett in midfield, Jimmy Toure and Liam McAlinden the wingers, and Paul Mullin the striker. And let's outstretch the arms. No, let's pump the fists. Doing well and we're on a good run, so let's keep it going. So we'll keep the bottom of the table in view. Eastleigh have gone ahead already, so that's dropped Dagenham into the relegation zone. So we'll demand more. They're on the attack. They obviously know what's happened and are looking to put it right. It's been a relatively even but low-key start to the game. Dagenham are certainly trying to do their bit. Forner gives it to Lennon, gives it to Hayden, Hayden to Jones, Jones to Toure, Toure out wide to Hosanna. Hosanna needs to get his cross in, has done. It's come back to Hosanna. McAlinden heads it wide. So let's demand more. I really don't want us to be the reason that Dagenham stay up. Eastleigh have gone ahead again. So Dagenham are in big trouble at this stage. I'm assuming that means it's 2-1. Thrash the arms, this isn't good enough. Demand more. McAlinden off for Jordan Davis. Hit them with a demand more. Lennon picks it up at the back, gives it to Rowe. Rowe's played Mullin in. Mullin needs to keep his cool, but he hasn't. He's kept his cool all season until today. This is looking like it's going to end in a damp squib. Mullin needs to come off for Wootton. I've not given him long enough to make a difference. Jones with the corner. Hayden has the chance but can't keep his header down. It's a disappointing way to end the season, but ultimately the title and promotion, just tell them we're a bit disappointed. So we'll do the end of season, the final match press conference, and then that will be the end of the stream. We'll look to go and raid somebody. Yeah, it's been an excellent season. Most of the players were already on their holidays. Is Samling their goalkeeper? No, he's their right back. But yes, he's played well. I'd rather focus on my own team. Rob Langton's a great lad to have around the club. And that concludes the matches for today. So all that remains now is for us to go and find somebody to raid. So we'll do exactly that. So let's go and find someone who's around. I think we're going to go and raid Tony. So let's do that now. Yeah, we'll go in.
Evening, Northern Pilgrim, how are you? How was your stream? Absolutely, we'll try and get it. We will 100% try and get you back in. You rested last night, Dip, and you won the league. Good work. That's what I like to hear. We are going to live over the line, I think. I presume we're going to be having a competition with the board at the end of the season. There's 108 points.